Hello, everyone. It's a new episode of JSP Coffee Podcast. Let me introduce you our today's guest, Rex Cartagena, the CTO and the engineering lead in Xureal. Xureal is a company dedicated to helping businesses to harness the power of AI and Metaverse to drive the real benefits in their operations. As AI continues to advance, integrated into the existing infrastructure possesses unique challenges for businesses. Fortunately, Xureal specializes in overcoming those challenges, and in this episode, we will explore how they do this. We'll delve into the technical side of Surreal Metaverse platform, understanding its inner workings and why it's becoming so incredibly in demand. Hello, Rex. How are
Hello,
you?
nice to meet
Nice to meet you too. As they continues to advance, what challenges do businesses face when integrating IE into their existing infrastructures, and how does Xuriel help overcome those challenges?
you. I think first things first, businesses need to understand what AI can do for them, right? So Sam Altman, during a hearing, he said that AI is not a creature, it is a tool, right? So that's the first thing businesses need to do. They need to acknowledge that AI is a tool that they can use to enhance their services, right? So pretty much they need to, once they understand it's a tool, they need to understand how integrated into their services, right? Just because you see this AI service that does something amazing, right? That doesn't mean it fits your workflow, right? So first you need to understand that it's a tool. Second, you need to understand how we can integrate this into our service and learn how to use it properly. And I think that's the biggest challenge right now, because the same thing happened with the metaverse. People saw like last year, 2 years ago, the metaverse. We need the metaverse, right? But a lot of people weren't implementing the metaverse correctly. In Surreal, that's what we do, right? Okay, we have metaverse, we have AI, and we accommodate those services accordingly for your business needs, right? So I think the businesses, they need to educate themselves first about what AI is and how to use it accordingly.
Okay, gotcha. Can you please tell us a little more about the technical side of Surreal? How exactly does the Metaverse platform work, and why should it become in demand?
When it comes to, let's say, the metaverse, right? Um, let's say you create a video conference, right? Like Zoom or Google Meets, etc. So there you create a description, you invite people, right? And then you send that link to someone else, I they can join you, right? So in Surreal, on the technical side, when it comes to the metaverse, what we're doing is like that's still true. You create a meeting, you put some title, some description, but in this case, you're selecting a 3D environment from different 3D environments that we have available, right? Once you pick your environment, once you create your space, you create a destination URL. Once you have that URL, you can send it to someone else, right? When that person goes into the URL, they join a meeting room, right? But what makes it different though, instead of showing a video of yourself, you have the ability to create an avatar. So you can go in there, you can customize your avatar, long hair, short hair, skin color, shirts, shirt design, etc. And then you can join the environment. And everyone's in the same room, as if you were in a Zoom meeting, right? We do have the capability to show a video conference as an option, but we're focusing on avatars roaming inside the 3D world. And now why this should be on demand, right? Sometimes people can get Zoom fatigue, video conference fatigue. Sometimes they don't feel like they want to show their face, right? Some people like prefer not to do that. They feel more comfortable using a thumbnail. But in this case, you're using a 3D avatar. You're in this 3D environment. You have a visual representation of yourself. And when you are in this 3D space, let's say in Surreal, we use what you call spatial audio. So depending how close you are to someone, that you can hear that person. So we done meetings that you can break into different groups. Everyone's in the same open environment, but we break into different groups. And seamlessly, you can walk from a group to another group, and you can talk to this other person. An example, we done meetings where we do like a global meeting with everyone, and then we separate into developers and designers. if you have a question, someone can just always go back and forward. Let's say when we have remote days, that's how we do it, right? And now why should it be on demand? It's just because it's a new way to interact and engage with other employees.
Yeah, probably I think that's a real cool idea, as a lot of people might be shy or don't feel comfortable to be in front of the camera, and now they will have the opportunity to communicate with other people through avatars, no direct connection face to face. Thanks. I think that that's a great idea. What differs your company platform from the competitors on the market, or there are no existing competitors right now?
So let's say what we do different is that we take the user experience very seriously, where we're very careful how we integrate the user experience, right? So I see many companies that have a great technology, but the user experience is not the best. You jump in there and you don't know exactly what you need to do, right? The design probably is not as good. Again, even though it's a great technology, sometimes the design, the UI, the user experience might affect the whole experience itself, right? So one thing that we that's distinctive from us is like we focus on the user experience. We try to apply good UI in our platform, something that you see it and you know exactly what you need to do right away. And we actually create tools for sales enablement and training, so people can go in there and create, let's say, a training module. Some people can go in there and create a specific sales process so they can sell their product either by using our 3D environment, either by using our analytics, our content management system, etc. So Xureal is composed of various microservices that are tailor-made for different products, packages that we offer in the platform.
Gotcha. How do you technically harness the power of AI in your product? How do you ensure that AI functions on the right direction?
AI can be like overwhelming, right? Every day there's some new things coming out, right? So what we do is like, we know that AI is here as a tool to enhance your workflow, right? So what we do is like we come up like with different ways how we can incorporate AI to enhance our services, right? Let's say you create a training module, right? So you want to train a new employee, correct? Let's say you need to type all that information into our CMS, onto our system, right? We can use AI to take that information. You don't even have to type it. You have it as an option, but we can have AI scan through that whole document and summarize it and put it on the platform, right? So now you already have content for this training module. So you did it pretty much like way faster, right? But let's say you want to create a quiz for this employee. Not only they have the information they need to consume, but then you want to test them as well, right? So we can use AI to scan through all the document that was created and automatically create a quiz for you on the spot. And we can create like a multiple choice quiz for you based on the information that it was scanned by AI. And that way it will like make the whole process way faster. And in the end, you have like an employee goes in there, they read the information, they take a test, and we get the results on our end. And we have analytics to check those results as well. And the fun part is like we can actually use analytics as well. AI as well, to process and analyze all the analytics data to give us a summary of the results as well.
So probably in this way, you will have the fresh data and not out of date. As I know, Xureal launched its product on Product Hunt. Could you give us a sneak peek into what makes your product unique and exciting for users?
Xureal, what makes it unique for users it's a combination of the whole experience itself, right? So with it, you can go in there, create content, you can create training modules, as I mentioned before, and then combine that with actual metaverse experience that you can go in there and interact with other users in a virtual environment, right? So I think what makes it different in Product Hunt is like we combine all these services into a coherent package focused on sales and training. And as well, if you just don't want to do sales, if you don't want to do training, at least you can meet with people and share content with either fellow employees or fellow students, etc.
Okay. How does Xureal stay ahead on the curve in terms of IE research and development? What steps do you take to ensure your solution remain innovative and up to date?
Yes. So as you mentioned, it's pretty overwhelming. Like before you saw like news about AI like every other month, right? And then became like every month, then became every week. Now every day you see something new coming up, right? So it is very hard to catch up with all these modules. All these services are coming out. So what we do is like we keep a close eye onto new AI services that are coming out, right? Um, so what we do is like we just don't use that service, right? So what we see is like, okay, how this service can complement the whole platform, because we do have a system in place that API endpoints that not only focus to talking to one AI service, let's say ChatGPT, but we can talk to different modules at the same time. Let's say you create a training session again, right? Or a lesson, and then we can use ChatGPT to assemble the lesson for us based on content that we uploaded, and we can use DALL-E to create a banner based on information from that lesson, right? So what we do constantly is like we're researching different models are coming out and different services, and then we see, okay, this service can solve us creating or auto-generating a metaverse environment, right? Or this model can help us solve like creating like a thumbnail or an avatar. So we look into different services, and then we pretty much combine it into one API call that is focused for a specific task.
Yeah.
So like I mentioned, we need to study, we need to understand what the problem is, what we're trying to solve, and then we pick the right model or service that fits best, right? So I tell the team to, even designers, project managers, video editors, everyone, regardless their role in the company, to always learn about AI, to always like look into the latest news, because they can come up with some idea, right? So we do, sometimes we do like demos in-house, like let's say the dev team, we come up with like a chatbot, we come up with something, and then we show it internally, so everyone in the team can provide a new idea. Because I think doesn't matter your role, doesn't matter your expertise, you can have a different perspective of things. Even though AI has been out for a while, now it's very autonomous, it's very different, it's like new grounds, right? And I think it's like an open ground for everyone to have equal opportunity to come up with good ideas. So in the team, like the people are more focused on AI is the development team, myself, CTO, and our CEO, Hassan Sigias. We're the ones actually working with closely with AI.
So are you planning for the integration with any other companies in the midst of those plugins, or you will count only your own production?
Internally, we're working with our own model, AI model. We bring other services into Xureal, so we incorporate AI into the Xureal platform where it makes sense. So if you're trying to create let's say a chatbot for your own website, then you have the option to, within Xureal, scrape all your website data, package it, and then create an AI chatbot that you can put in your website. So that way, you don't have to be within Xureal to use Xureal tools, but you can use Xureal to extract certain features that you want in your environment. In this case, your website, your application, etc. Right? So we're open to either bringing people into our platform or people using our platform so they can take what they need when it comes to AI or 3D experiences into their environments. Again, we work with our own internal tools, but also when it comes to AI, we're integrating with other services, and one of them is like ChatGPT.
Okay, cool. What role does data play in IE solutions provided by Xureal? And how do you ensure that security and privacy of your service and also users is in place? What role does data play in IE solutions provided by Xureal, and how do you ensure the security and privacy of the sensitive information?
Data, it's super important, like, because data is how we measure success, right? Data like content, etc. in Xureal, that's pretty much what makes their platform, right? Otherwise, a platform will be like an empty shell. We need content that you as a user will put in, and then once you put that content, you generate analytics, and we use those analytics to measure success. Now, when it comes to security, all that data, we make sure that it stays within our platform. Like all the clients, they have their own dedicated servers. So we make sure nothing is mixed, everything's segregated. And when we store that data, we make sure it's encrypted at rest and in transit as well.
Content has emerged as a key factor in sales in recent years. How does Xureal sales content analytics work, and how does it help businesses to optimize their content strategies to drive sales?
I think it's like a very key question because, like I mentioned earlier, like with data is how we and with analytics is how we measure success, right? So in Xureal, every interaction that you do, every content that you create and you put into an experience, either be a training module, either be in a metaverse experience, either be like in a sales tool, all that content, we are tracking analytics. We can track the views, we can track the duration, where, like, let's say you open a video, we can track the duration, how long you stayed on that video, how long you stayed even on that image. Even though an image doesn't have a timeline, we still track the duration, how you kept that open. Let's say you're a salesperson, you're showing this to a customer, we can track that duration of that content, or when that content was being exposed. And then with that information, we know, okay, this product is pretty hot, or this product is not being open. Why? What's wrong? Why do we need to improve the thumbnail? Do we need to do something else? Maybe the product is too heavy. We need to compress it. We need to optimize it, right? So we can get all that information with analytics. Even let's say if you make a training module and someone is reading some text, you can create a quiz. And with that quiz, we can check the results of the user. This quiz, a lot of people are failing this quiz. Why? Is it a problem with the content? And this is where AI comes in as part of our system. We can have AI create the content and automatically create a quiz based on that content. So it's more on par. And then we put it out and see, okay, now how does it perform? Does it perform better? Yes, it performs better because probably the content is better redacted, it's summarized, and the quiz is more on par with the content. So that's how we use data to pretty much improve the whole user flow.
Okay, could you shed some light on the team behind Xureal? What their experience in IE? How do they knowledge and experience contribute to success of the company?
Every person here in Xureal is key, even from the graphic designers, the video editors, the project management, everyone here. The good thing about it, everyone is different. everyone is in different stages of life, and everyone can bring something new. You know, we're not like everyone can bring like diversity, right? And the like everyone excels in their position. If you see our website, you can see that the graphic designers, the UI designers keep a close look of the experience, right? The animations, everything, the videos, everything's done internally. So everyone is key in this company, and we have a great team. The developers as well. You know, Hassan, the CEO, he brings his creativity. I bring the technical part of the company. You know, so I think it is a great team. You know, and everyone is pretty much like we've been doing great with probably less amount of people of other companies.
Thank you, Rex, for such an inspiring conversation. I think your company is doing a great job and your product is going to be a real difference in the market. By the way, Xureal just launched the product on Product Hunt. Now is the perfect time to get involved and experience the unique capabilities of Metaverse platform. Don't miss out on this opportunity to be part of the future. Head over to the Product Hunt. You can find the link below in description and discover the world of possibilities with Xureal. Thank you everyone for tuning in. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel so you won't miss on the exciting content we are planned to future episodes. Stay inspired and informed. Goodbye.